Hey, welcome back to Jazz Time. JazzTime.com is an online store that buys, sells, and trades authentic luxury watches. We make these videos so you can easily choose the best watch for yourself in the comfort of your own home. We offer the lowest prices anywhere online, and if you'd like to know the price, simply click on the links in the description below. We greatly appreciate if you'd purchase your next watch from us at JazzTime.com. Today we'll be taking a look at the Rolex Oyster Perpetual 28. This one, the reference number 276200. This one, a pink index dial, smooth domed steel bezel, and oyster bracelet. I'll be giving my thoughts on all these features, including the case size, the bezel, the dial, crown functions, as well as the movement, and of course the bracelet, and I'll be giving my thoughts on those throughout this video. Alright, so starting off with this case, as in the name, Oyster Perpetual 28, it is 28 millimeters from finger to thumb between 2 and 8 o'clock positions, or the 10 to 4 o'clock positions. Same distance, same 28 millimeters. You have a full monoblock middle case with the screw down case back and the Rolex winding crown to ensure water resistance and water proofness down to 100 meters or 330 feet. You also have a full stainless steel construction, oyster steel, meaning that it is Rolex's own version of stainless steel with other types of materials and minerals in order to make an incredibly strong case and bracelet as well, and an equally high polish, beautifully high polish side of the case there. You have a brush finish on the front of this case, as you can see, nice satin brush finishing as evident on these lugs here. Alright, and also sitting on the front of this case, nice high polish steel domed bezel as well. Same material, the oyster steel, and also the Oyster Perpetual only really comes with the steel domed bezel, and it looks very nice. Very, very fitting for what I consider to be an entry watch, but still no less difficult to get these days from an authorized dealer, for example. Right, but it does have a very nice, unique look to it with the fact that it only comes with the steel domed bezel, and you know, it just sort of gives it sort of like a glowing look, not too overbearing, quite nice and elegant in its own right. Now taking a look at the color of this dial here, or the dial itself, it's a sunray pink color. Alright, so you get the full range of values from the lights all the way to the darks. So quite very interesting, very nice from Rolex actually. Alright, and you also have the index hour marks only available, the only hour mark available on the Oyster Perpetual here. And again, a very good entry point as well, because it's seeable, it's very visible in any lighting situation, and with the chroma light display on there on the hour marks, as well as the hour and minute hands, makes it very easy to read in any lighting situation. Alright, turning the lights back on here, you also have 18 karat applied indices there, so as well as the hour and minute hands and that Rolex crown logo at the 12 o'clock position. So that means basically this dial will never tarnish. It'll always look like this for a very long time to come. Alright, now taking a look at the crown functions, rather simple. If you're at a dead stop, just simply unwind the crown at the 3 o'clock position, and just at the very first position of the crown, you can rotate it clockwise to advance the mainspring, so that you can just wind the watch like so. If you're at a dead stop, about 20 to 30 full winds will get you to the full power reserve. Once you start feeling the damping and the resistance starting to ramp up, that's when you can stop and you've reached the full power reserve for the watch. Pull the crown out to the only other position. Right, note that the seconds hand does in fact stop there, so you can place the minute hand precisely wherever it needs to go based on the position of that seconds hand. Right, and also keep in mind that there is a minute track on this dial, so you can place the hand precisely wherever it needs to go. Press the crown in once you've got it nice and synchronized up to an atomic clock, and then screw the winding crown back into the case. Nice and easy. Alright, so what makes all of this work on the inside? It is the 2232 caliber made in-house by Rolex. It's a perpetual mechanical and self-winding movement with plus or minus 2 seconds per day time differential after casing, which means that you get the official chronometer certification as printed on this and every Rolex dial. You also have the center hour, minute, and seconds hands with the stop seconds for precise time setting. I just demonstrated that with the crown functions. So everything that you need in this nice, simple, but still very, very good, excellent watch from Rolex. The functions for this, or rather the oscillator, feature a Siloxy hairspring in silicon. It also has a high-performance Paraflex shock absorber, meaning that you can basically get relatively close to any sort of circuitry or magnetized surface, and you can take a few bumps here and there, and it won't have any effect on the movement, meaning that it'll be keeping track of time just fine. No need to worry about the timekeeping ability of this watch. Also, it has a center-mounted bidirectional self-winding rotor. You can't see it through the case back because you do have that added sense of security from the solid steel case back. But the center-mounted self-winding perpetual rotor allows you to wind the watch simply just by wearing the watch on your wrist, meaning that simply once you have the watch wound to the full capacity using the manual wind, as I showed with the winding crown, just wear it on your wrist for the rest of the day, and the natural movements of your wrist will keep that perpetual rotor constantly spinning around with the natural movements of your wrist, which will wind the watch up to the maximum power reserve, it being about 55 hours, meaning that you can set this down on a Friday evening, pick it back up early Monday morning, no need to wind the watch. All right, and also while I'm zoomed out here, you can also see the framing of the case here. You have the Oyster bracelet. The Oyster bracelet is the only well, it's not a variation, it's the only choice that you have for the Oyster Perpetual series, and it's also a very good choice because you do have the strength in these links, 3-piece links across, flat, all satin brush finished. Feels very nice and smooth on the outside. It feels quite nice underneath as well. All right, you also have the folding oyster clasp here with the sort of stamped Rolex logo that's sort of embedded into the clasp there. All right, lift the top to open it up. All right, and you have the Rolex stamped logo on the inside, and you know that you're dealing with a full steel construction. All right, now taking a look underneath the clasp here, you do have the added benefit of the Easy Link 5mm extension. So what that means is that once you have this watch sized perfectly to your wrist, you can just simply reach underneath and pull it straight out. If your wrist happens to swell, say you walk outside when it's really hot or during a California wildfire and you just pounded 3 liters of water, well, your wrist will swell. It's a natural fact of life. Everyone's wrist swells, even mine does. So just reach underneath, pull it straight out, and there you go, another half Oyster link, or in other words, 5mm of comfort extension. So you can continue to wear your watch without it sort of being a tourniquet for your wrist. And once you no longer need it, just simply fold it back in on itself, press it back into the clasp, and you're good to go. All right, and while I'm here, I can try it on and give you my thoughts as to how it wears on my wrist. 7 inches in circumference. All right, so, you know, 28mm, pretty small for me, more like an accessory, but you know, that's just fine, because if your wrist is smaller, I can recommend this for, you know, 6.5, maybe even 6 inches or even smaller wrist size. If your wrist is like, say, 5 inches or even smaller than that, this would be an excellent watch to wear for your wrist. All right, and looking at it straight down the wrist here, hugs my wrist very nicely, but you know, as you get a smaller wrist, you will have slightly more space under these lugs, so it gives you extra breathing should you so need it. Not that it's all that necessary, because the Oyster bracelet links do actually have 0 tolerance to them, or near 0 tolerance, meaning that they will maintain the space that they have among themselves, and they will not actually get any closer. So they won't actually pinch your skin, they won't pull out your hairs from your wrist. Keeps your wrist nice and vented as well, and it feels extremely comfortable. All right, it feels very good on the wrist, quite light for its overall construction, even though it is all stainless steel. All right, so that's about it. That's all I have for my thoughts on that. Well, also taking a look directly at this dial, it has a very nice sensibility to it. It has a very warm presence to it, it being pink and all, but you know, hey, that's totally okay, because pink has sort of come into style for, you know, any gender really. So, you know, man, woman, inside or outside of that binary, hey, you can still rock this, because hey, anyone can wear pink and they look excellent with it. And certainly this is one to add to the collection if you don't already have one. All right, but that's my thoughts on it. What do you guys think about this watch? Let us know down in the comments below what you think about this Oyster Perpetual 28. Almost a Lady Datejust, basically, in that sense. All right, so this one, the reference number 276200 with the pink dial, index hour marks, and Oyster bracelet, all steel with the steel domed bezel. All right, so let us know what you think down in the comments below. What would you wear this with? and let us know down in the comments below. And if you happen to enjoy this video, leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the bell notification so you can be notified when we go live with another video like this one. And as always, if you'd like to purchase this watch or any other watch, visit our store at jazztime.com. Links in the description below where you can get it for the lowest possible price anywhere online. And if this model happens to sell, we can find one for you, no problem. Alright, thanks and take care.
If you want to find out more about the watch you just saw in the video, you can just click below on Show More to see the full description. Then you can check the link next to model as seen in video, click on it and you will get to the proper page where you can see all the details. If you're watching on a mobile phone, you have to click on the arrow down on the right hand side below the video to see the full description. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you would like to share this video with your friends, you can use the share button below and share it on any platform you like. If you have questions, constructive feedback, want to tell us about some mistakes or misspeaks, just write a comment below. If you want to see more videos like this, you should subscribe to our channel and visit our channel page where you can find all the videos. And if you're interested in a specific watch brand, you can check out our playlists. If you want to check the price for a watch or want to buy one, remember at jazztime.com you always get a steep discount, so you should check the prices with us. If you want to know the price for a specific watch, just go to Google, type in JazzTime, plus the brand, model and the details you're interested in, and Google will find the right page for you. Thank you for watching.